Hey, this is Sam Black with my fourth match with colorless red-green Eldrazi in Standard. On the draw, I'm keeping my hand. Is missing a turn 2 play, but it's pretty good other than that. Which is going to be kind of the default state of this deck's hands. Missing a turn 2 play, but then good. See, I have more than enough colored mana, so I'm going to play the Crumbling Vestige. Just trying to figure out if I want to Warping Wail this thing rather than playing Seer's Lantern. The advantage to Seer's Lantern is that then the following turn I have 5 mana, so I can play Hedron Archive and still have 3 mana, but that's nothing special really. It's more mana the next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to just Crossroads and kill the Dimensional Infiltrator. Buy myself some time. Problem is that then if I archive, I can't also play the Seer's Lantern the following turn. And then if I don't draw another land, I won't have 7 to cast Worldbreaker. Casting Worldbreaker on time is the most important thing, I suppose, so I'm gonna just play the Seer's Lantern now, which might be wrong. But it also just opens up options, being plus a mana next turn. If I draw a Kozilek's Return, that would be the best case, and then I could cast Hedron Archive and Kozilek's Return. Whatever holds the Ghost Fireblade would live, but then it would die the following turn when I cast Worldbreaker. Archive. And I'm just going to immediately exile this thing. That's not good. Not sure what my opponent's thinking about. This is very clearly take Worldbreaker. That was a good draw. really sure which of those is more threatening. Might actually be the Sky Spawner. It's the only thing that lets my opponent attack in the air. Let's see, realistically the way this is going to play out. The Thought-Knot Seers are probably going to trade. And I'm going to Contortion the Sky Spawner. And then take 2 or 3. I feel like I'm going to need a Kha'Zix Return, so I should take the Ruination Guide because it gets to have 3 toughness after the Ruins of Arnreef. I was hoping my opponent would equip the Thought-Knot Seer instead of the Sky Spawner so that I could Warping Wail the Sky Spawner, but... Oh, that wasn't an equip, that was a Ruins the Sky Spawner. Yep, that's the obviously correct play and bad for me. I guess this Warping Wail still takes care of the Sky Spawner. It might as well make my opponent spend a mana equipping. That's not great. Wait, this is Warping Wail, not Spatial Contortion. Oh, so I'm just dead. Okay. Ugin is horrible. That is the first thing. Spatial Contortion is good. Titan's Presence is interesting. Reality Smasher is somewhat interesting. From Beyond seems very slow. Titan's Presence is good against Thought-Knot Seer, except the Thought-Knot Seer is likely able to break it up. I feel like I'd want Titan's Presence if I could also have Reality Smasher. Ulamog might just be too big. From Beyond feels too slow. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I'll try like this. guess this hand is fine. Red source gives me Kozilek's Return. I have early removal. It's not great, but I think it's good enough because Kozilek's Return is very good in the matchup. Awesome. Now just one more land and I have a... Alright, perfect. Ghost Fireblade makes this less exciting, so I'm just going to fire it off. Reality Shift? Interesting. 2 Reality Shifts. Reality Smasher, Stubborn Denial. Not very close to casting Reality Smasher. This is a weird hand. I guess I want to protect my next Thought-Knot Seer from Reality Shift. Oh, I wish I'd played the land before combat. But that's fine, I can flip it next turn. It's kind of awesome. Well, now that you're 1 mana away from Reality Smasher, the Dimensional Infiltrator's about as scary since it gets to pick up the Ghost Fireblades. Maybe it's more scary. Yeah. Yeah, get out of here, Dimensional Infiltrator. Really want to flip this thing, but I think it's better to play the Hedron Arca and cast Worldbreaker the next turn. Although, if I flip this thing, Spatial Contortion might just kill my opponent. Well, that's a pretty strong argument. And if I draw a land, I can cast Worldbreaker next turn anyway if I need to. Alright. Sold. Successfully convinced myself. Bam, take 9. Amusingly, so I should have played my 5th land in case my opponent pre-combat reality shift, or beginning of combat reality shifted my Thought-Knot Seer. But really, my opponent should have waited until after attackers were declared so that I couldn't do that. Maybe my opponent would have if I'd played the 5th land. Please attack. So if I spatial contortion the Whirler Rogue, attack with Reality Smasher, my opponent blocks with Reality Smasher, I Worldbreaker the Ghostfire Blade. That all seems pretty good. If I attack with Thought-Knot Seer... Oh, what I should have done is not use the spatial contortion and just attacked with both. And then if Reality Smasher blocks Thought-Knot Seer and Less Than Everything blocks Reality Smasher, then I can just contort the Reality Smasher for the win. But this should work anyway. You don't want to see your opponent making the attack I just made. It's just not going anywhere good for you when you're in my opponent's spot. I think I should get another Reality Smasher. I think haste is what we're looking for this turn. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to get Worldbreaker so that I can Kozilek's Return. And then the other attacking Worldbreaker wins the game. Alright, sweet. So, do I want to find room for another Reality Smasher or Titan Presence? The existence of that exile thing means that I sort of want more threats. I don't really like cutting a 3-mana artifact and adding Reality Smasher. I don't like cutting Hedron Archive because it's just so good in the deck. I could cut a Warping Whale, but it's also very much what I'm trying to do for the little mini ramp. But but I'm not trying to go as big. I'll cut a Warping Whale for Reality Smasher. This is fine. Would like to draw one of my 6/3 mana artifacts. Get this Reality Smasher down a turn early. That'll work. That gives me a useful play on turn 3. This hand is getting better quickly. Now I just have a full 2 to 4 curve, assuming that my opponent plays creatures, which seems like a reasonably good assumption. I think I just kill this. Still have another removal spell, and that thing is definitely annoying. I was going to say I'm less sure about killing this one. I didn't really want to use a Titan's Presence on it, but using a Warping Whale on it seems pretty good. So a case to be made for getting the Scion instead. But it's wrong unless my opponent has a very specific draw. Like either not land and Thought-Knot Seer or land and Reality Smasher. Yeah, I don't know. Might be wrong, but I think I just want to get rid of my opponent's evasive power. Alright. Not land, Thought-Knot Seer it is. Interesting. Did not want to take my Reality Smasher to try to strand me. Went for the more conservative line. I had been uncertain as to whether I wanted to race, but in light of recent developments, I believe racing is what's up. Ugh, that's bad. Don't have enough mana to Seer's Lantern and Spawning Bed. Attack, and then Spawning Bed, and block only one of them, or none of them, and I potentially have a lethal attack the next turn. I think I'm willing to try racing. If I play a long game, my opponent's 4 cards probably beat my 1 card. if I just jam, spawning beds might win me this game. I think it's worth blocking. I think I just get a lot harder to kill if I block. So I can exile the hanger back if I want. Oh, this is going to be sweet. If I attack with just Reality Smasher, I might induce a double block. And then I can Warping Whale. This gets kind of blown out by Stubborn Denial, but that's fine. I still get to draw a card. And if it works, all right. This is a sweet game. Just a very interesting race situation. Obviously, you know, I'm only winning because my opponent's stuck on 3 lands, but it's cool how it's playing out. Alright, so my opponent's tapped out, so I have perfect information. So if I sack a Scion to make 3 Scions, then I have 4 Scions. So my opponent gets to go block, block, take 3, trade, I get to draw a card. My opponent is barely not threatening lethal. That actually doesn't sound great. So the next question is whether I want to sacrifice my Hedron Archive. And I think I don't want to do that either. If I draw a removal spell for this thing, then I'm in really good shape. I guess I sack Hedron Archive. Okay, got paid. So if I kill this pre-combat, my opponent's forced to block here, so that's an easy call. Unless I might be able to kill my opponent by contorting my Reality Smasher. Because if Smasher blocks here, and this blocks here, then we're getting through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's actually best to just attack. And if my opponent makes the most obvious blocks, I win. Sweet game with a sweet finish. All right.